Hello, my fellow workplace survivors. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Tragic Work Realities, online edition, where I just narrate to you the crazy work shit that I find online, and then infuse some of my own tragic work realities as well. A little coaching opportunity, that's always nice. This is a blind read for me, okay? So I found this article from Pupperish, if I'm pronouncing that right, pupperish.com. Never heard of it before today. But this article is entitled 26 People Share Their Worst Job Interview Experiences. Now, I just filmed a couple interview coaching videos, and if you follow me and my shorts, I love doing interview segments, right? I like doing these parody interview videos because, boy, the weirdest things happen in interviews, don't they? My goodness. All right, so I'm going to read this article. Again, it's a blind read. I haven't read it. It appears, though, to be just a bunch of tweets, right? And so short and sweet little tweets. So I'm going to read these things and let's see if any of them resonate with you and your experiences interviewing. I'm going to do the same as well, but certainly drop in the comments below if you've had a crazy interview story or if any of these resonate with you. All right, let's jump in. Okay, number one. I interviewed for a job, and the interviewer at the end said, "Quick, what's my name?" I answered correctly, then asked him, "Quick, what's mine?" He had no idea and was pretty damn pissed about that. I laughed, then he was really pissed. Smug bastard. Oh my goodness. That would be a funny ticky tack, I think. All right, number two. I once had a great interview for a job I really wanted. I was offered the job at half my then salary, about what I made in my first job out of college. Wish employers would realize keeping pay a big secret wastes their time too. God, I could not agree more. I was recently interviewing with somebody. I asked multiple times the level, the grade, the pay, give me some sort of indication so we know that we're on the same page. And they were so reluctant to do that that I just pulled out of the interview process altogether. Because their interview process, I calculated, was about 16 additional hours of my time for free. It doesn't work like that. God, I just couldn't commit to that. But yeah, just put it on there. God, I'm a huge fan of that. All right, number three, secured an 8-hour trial shift at a restaurant. Even bought some cheap black shoes for the uniform. Just before the shift started, I checked, "This is paid, right?" They said, "No, it's a trial shift." So I just said, "Oh, okay, no thanks," and had a lovely afternoon not working for free. Okay, I promise this is a blind read. That was I perfectly segued into that one for my last comments. But yeah, God. Oh my goodness, they're probably trialing a lot of people, right? Number four, one of my first interviews after reading my resume and asking ridiculous questions, the guy said, "I would love to hire you, but you are so attractive, it won't be long before you get married and have kids and then quit." I was both stunned and furious, got up and left. Oh, God, sexist as hell. Oh, man, like no comment on that one. Oh, God, yeah, that's bullshit. Please don't do that. If you're a manager and don't make assumptions. You don't know where people are at or what they're doing with their lives. You have no clue, okay? Just hire the most qualified person. It doesn't matter what people look like in any respect. Number five, right out of college, I had gotten through 3 rounds of interviews and was offered the job before they told me I'd have to relocate across country to the middle of nowhere, pay all my own expenses, and I'd make pennies. Their faces when I got up and left without saying a word. God, good for you. One of the first questions on a phone screen has got to be, are you geographically mobile? My God, and then to pay for it all out of pocket? Whew, it gets expensive. I used to relocate a ton of people, and we're talking 6 figures. Oh my goodness, it can get up there. Big time. Number six. Once had an interview. Guy said to me, "You should be happy with the salary. Looks like you've worked worse jobs for less." Walking out right there and then was a good feeling. Who the hell says that? What does that even mean? What? Oh, God. That's rude as hell. Oh, red flags, like you can't even be treated with dignity and respect in an offer process. Oh, geez. Yeah, do not work there. All right, number 7. Once I had a really good first interview, good money, matched my experience, came for the second interview, and they told me everyone worked on Saturday for free. I said, yeah, not me, and left, and they called me to offer the job. What? Oh gosh, and he had that in all caps, which is hilarious. And they still had the audacity to call me and offer the job. I already said I'm not working Saturdays for free. Happens a lot with salaried. Sucks. Happens a lot with everybody. It doesn't really matter who you are. People try to exploit you. Number 8. I got tired of job interviews, wasting my time on low-paying jobs. I asked boyfriend going on an interview what the salary was. Oh, boy. It was the letters BF. Well, to me, that's shorthand for boyfriend. Okay, I'm out of it. I'm out of the loop, out of the lingo. I asked before going on an interview what the salary was, minimum wage for supervising a sales team, exclamation point. The guy said I wasn't hungry enough, exclamation point. I said I'd stay hungry on what you're paying. No shit. I asked boyfriend going on. All right, number 9. I've walked out of 2 engineering interviews. One was offering half the pay I had at my last position, but didn't say so until I'd passed their test. And the other kept asking sexist questions. I called that out, said I doubt I'd enjoy working here, and left. Yes, good for you. Walk away. It's not going to get better. Whew, when people show you who they are, trust them. That is for sure. Trust them and believe them. All right. That one pisses me off. All right, number 10. Went through 3 rounds of interviews, told them each time what my salary requirement was. They call me after interview 3. Congratulations, here's an offer for 10,000 less. I say no thanks. He freaks out and says, let me see if I can do something. 5,000 less? No thanks. Best feeling. What? Ooh, all right. People, I'll tell you. I'd be embarrassed. Oh, God. If the ranges don't fit, then gosh, the people don't fit, right? The candidate's not a fit either. All right, number 11. I bought a new outfit, paid for childcare, and interviewed for a job. Near the end of the interview, she told me they'd already filled the job in-house. That is rude. That is rude. Ooh, that is so rude. I'm sure you all have had experiences with internal hires, right, as an external, and how jobs are posted, but they're filled internally and blah, blah, blah. Oh, gosh, I know. That is so rude. Just cancel it. You've already filled it. I wonder if they just said that, you know? Liars. But anyways, just be transparent. Give just honest feedback. Just treat people with dignity and respect through the process. Number 12. I once had a job interview where the guy interviewing me was obviously trying to figure out my political leanings by harping on a fellowship I had done 2 years ago. So I said, if my political ideology is going to be an issue, I don't think this is a match. And he was baffled. Oh, gosh. Number 13. One of the most exhilarating things I've ever done was excuse myself midway through a terrible interview where he talked at me for 45 minutes, explaining the basics of the industry I'd been working in over 7 years, then described his startup's exploitative financial model. Good for you. Whew, gosh, but after 45 minutes of that, oh God. I've had some bad ones that I should have walked out on. But typical HR, always curious about people. I was just fascinated by the train wreck of the experience, you know. I wanted to see where it went. And now we have material for HRManifesto. Look at that. See how that worked out? I'm just saying. All right, number 14. Got disciplinary action from a dog walking service I worked at because I was unable to do more than an hour's worth of walking in an hour. They told me they'd no longer schedule me, but to keep my schedule clear so they could call me if someone called off. I asked them to eat shit. See, typically she's probably saying, don't eat your shit. Or he, sorry, is probably saying, don't eat your shit, to the pups. But in this case, It's a little different. The tables are turned. All right, number 15. I had a similar experience, but the guy kept asking, "Do you really want this job?" After a couple of times, I was just like, "You know what? Thanks for your time, but I'm going to pass," and left. One guy looked like he was going to explode. The second guy was trying not to laugh. I might have been that second person. But yeah, it's funny. All right, 16. Embarrassingly, at my first teaching job interview after years of temp clerical jobs, they said apologetically, "But we can only offer you X pounds." And I said, "Wow," without reading the tone. Life lesson, never say wow. The correct response is there any flexibility in that number? Yes, yeah. Poker face it, right? All right, 17. I walked out of an interview once, just took a deep breath and said, "Yeah, change of plan. I don't want this," and walked. The shock on their faces was beautiful. All right, number 18. Good for you. I had a guy ask me if I had lots of affairs at a job interview. Boy, if that ain't a red flag, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that is lit up neon. Can you believe it? He hired me, and the whole time I worked there, he was hitting on me, so I quit. Oh my God. You did not see that red flag. That red flag was like beating you, like over the head. It was lit on fire. Oh my God. Bless your heart. Phew, I bet that was a bitch. Yeah, he was trying to have affairs with you. Oh, I wonder how you answered that. God, what a creeper. People, I swear. Try not to fish off that dock, you know what I'm saying? It's never a good idea. All right. Oh man, I once took a day off work and traveled 1 hour north to interview for a post office job. Got there, it's a mass interview. Ugh. The guy goes, "This job is only for 2 months. If you don't want that, leave." Everyone in the room bails, and yeah, I did the same. Wait, he was all questioning. Wait, no? Reaction. Oh my gosh. Something to probably put in the posting. It's rude as hell, man. People have lives. Oh my goodness. I am so over people inconveniencing me and exploiting me in this sort of process. Oh my God. You get so tired, don't you? Whew, I try and think about that when I'm on the other side as the interviewer. God. All right, number 20. I interviewed for a market research job. Was asked what I would be willing to do to get info about competitors' products. I said anything legal. He said, "What if it is just slightly over the legal line?" I stopped the interview there, but now I wish I pressed him for details. That's what I'm talking about. I would have said, "Elaborate, please." Like, I would love to hear the crazy shit you're about to say. And I'm going to mentally note it. I'm going to write it down when I get home or in the car real quick when I get back to it. I would have regrets. I would have listened to that. I really would have. Because I'm not doing nothing legal, just sitting there listening, right? Oh gosh. All right, 21 people. I remember interviewing in little podunk towns where the interviewers were giving me, "What makes you think you are good enough?" attitude, and it was all I could do to resist not saying, "Look, you are supposed to try to convince me to take the job, right? God, hello." We're interviewing each other here. Oh my goodness. But yeah, try and sell it. I hate that pompous shit. I really do. Okay, number 22. I had a foreman at a ridiculous factory job picking heavy crates up at speed and stacking them in 12 high piles of yellow, buff, beige, lemon plus acid yellow for 3 pounds an hour, say. Didn't really understand that. I think it's the colors, right? All right. Say, "If you can't go any faster, you might as well go home." I said, "Okay, I'll go home." It felt great. Someone must ask this person Tweety questions back, and so there's a reply here. They were crates of bananas. There you go. They came down 5 parallel conveyor belts fast. You had to spin them round to see the yellow sticker, work out what shade of yellow it was, and lift the crate, sometimes over your head, and stack it with the others. Dropping it could cause injury. Oh, you bet. You bet. Oh. So it was bananas. Okay, so it wasn't just me who was confused. The Twitterverse was confused as well. And 23. Not the same thing, but I once had a recruiter ring me back about 3 times to ask me if I was sure I didn't want a job that paid slightly less than the one I already had and was twice the commute time, and also twice the bus and train fare. God, that sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Who doesn't want to be more inconvenienced in their lives, really? All right, 24. I had a job interview where the interviewer argued with every answer I gave, even if he didn't know the subject. I said I was no longer interested in the position. Thank you for your time and left. Got a call from his boss later begging me to take the job because they valued me. Okay. You know what? I had the weirdest experience last summer. I haven't told you all about this in any of my videos yet, where I don't want to say I got in a fight with a recruiter, but the recruiter was so freakishly defensive and contentious, and it was just, I thought I was in the upside down, right? Because I'm so used to them kissing my ass, when they call. So I was taken aback. I mean, I could not believe it, because he did his sell, and he was like, "How does that sound?" And I was like, "Well, and here's the truth," because it didn't sound great. He freaked out. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. It was weird, to where I had to say, "Please delete all of my information. Do not ever contact me again." Like I was still professional. I was still professional. I wasn't snarky like I am. But I mean, I was like, where you're shaking. Like, I was like, did I just get in a fight right now? Am I fighting? Is this a fight? Is this a professional fight? Woo! But he really lost his cool. I had to hang up on him. Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. I'll have to do something about that, like a story time. Maybe I'll put it as a tweet and then ask people, y'all ever have this bullshit happen? Like, this is obviously what this article's about. All right, number 25. I drove 35 miles for an interview only to be told that the job had completely changed from what was advertised. Yeah, you couldn't have called me to let me know before I made the trip. Grrr. Oh, that kind of happened to me too not too long ago. I was like, WTF. 26. In an interview, I spoke about being fulfilled in a job. Do you think you'd be fulfilled in this role? Well, that remains to be seen. I can't answer that question. Oh, scribbles notes. Well, I told you I was honest. And that really is the best policy, isn't it? Honesty and transparency is key. That's what happened with the recruiter. He asked me, how does this sound? Well, it kind of sounds like shit. I didn't say that, but close. But yeah, I think it's good to stay on that same page. Remember, interviews are all about just trying to ascertain, is there chemistry? You're having the interview because they already know you can do the job. Really, you know what I'm saying? You're qualified to do the job. They wouldn't waste their time to interview you. So interviews are all about, hey, do we think we can work with each other? We're strangers basically meeting each other. Would we want to be teammates? That's basically what we're saying. So it's just this reciprocal conversation back and forth of trying to figure out, hey, do we like each other? Is there chemistry or not? Do we figure there's a culture fit? And then, of course, you dabble in some questions. What actually is this job? Oh, but wow, interviews can be a bitch. I know that was a very professional statement of mine there, but always good. Honesty is always good. Always good to be transparent as possible on both sides. Do you have a crazy interview story? Always welcome to share with me. Any way I can help coach you through. If you're struggling with interviews, you're welcome to reach out to me as well. I do one-on-one coaching. I absolutely love it. Any way I can help you all maximize your strengths and be your best in the workplace and ultimately survive it, I'm here for it. So I hope you enjoyed this reading and stay tuned for more. Best of luck out there, especially in your next interview.